Happy Monday morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in St. Louis, Missouri. It's going to be 86 degrees today. It's already a warm one. Herminator got his little jacket off. John Roberts would say, jacket on or jacket off? We'd get ready to do those shows, on Speed TV. NASCAR race day, fueled by Sunoco, starts right now. That's what I would say. That was my job. And then if it was real hot, Johnny Roberts would get into his little microphone back to our producers because we were forced to wear jackets and it'd be 100 degrees out. Jackets on or jackets off? All right. So much to talk about that I'm trying to decide what to talk about. Do I talk about the legendary Hall of Fame baseball player, Chipper Jones from the Atlanta Braves? Do I talk about Chipper Jones not liking Joey Logano? Do I talk about Chipper Jones literally ripping in to Joey Logano on X, on the social media app X, last night? So much to where Dale Jr. says, oh my God, Chipper Jones. Of course, my mother-in-law, Dee, she just showed me a post. A fan said, could you please ask Kenny to talk about his second place finish and Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s last win at Talladega back in 2000. There's so much to talk about Talladega, but I don't know. I don't want to be self-serving. I don't want to talk about me and Senior again unless you force me to on this timeline. Maybe we can do that tomorrow. But I want to acknowledge the fans that want me to talk about Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s last win of his life. And, of course, Dale Sr. getting into victory lane and Kenny Wallace this, Kenny Wallace that. I'm like, what in the world? So that's another story if you all want me to tell it to you. There's so much to the backstory. There's a massive backstory to that Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s last win of his life and me running second. And, of course, Dale Sr. getting all over national TV and saying, they said, Dale Sr., how did you come from last starting place with 10 to go and win this race? And Dale Sr. said, Kenny Wallace, if it weren't for Kenny Wallace. Man, them Alabama fans, they love me after that. I like Wallace. He pushed my man. All right. But we're not going to talk about it because it's something I feel like if I talk about it and tell you the whole backstory, some of you older people might say, I heard that damn story, Wallace bragging on himself. Wallace bragging on himself. So let's talk about Chipper Jones. All right. When you go to Talladega, it's all about the Atlanta Braves. And here's why. Because Dale Sr. used to win all the time at Atlanta. Well, not Atlanta. The Atlanta Braves, their hero player, Chipper Jones, is a big NASCAR fan. I guess it's true Chipper grew up outside of Daytona Beach, Florida. Is that right? Did Chipper Jones grow up right outside of Daytona Beach, Florida? Respond right here. Let me know if that's wrong. Is that right or wrong? Chipper Jones is a massive NASCAR fan, and I didn't know it. I did not know that. So, you'd go to Talladega, and there'd be a lot of Atlanta Braves hats. And Earnhardt, he was a big, Dale Sr. was a big Atlanta Braves fan. He was a friend of, the managerial system there at the Atlanta Braves. And so Chipper Jones, last night after the race. Now, listen, we're going to talk about it on Herman Schrader, but the Talladega race goes clean and green, got 2 cautions. We got the fiasco coming into pit road, and then we got the deal where, who was it? It was Boucher and Christopher Bell. That's it. But Jeff Gluck already has the pole, And you guys say you did not like Talladega, although it will have really good ratings. It will have good TV ratings. This is one thing I learned about you all. You watch the race, so the ratings will be high. So you watched the race, so you could go to Jeff Gluck's poll and say whether you liked it or didn't. So there's a difference, okay? You got to watch the race to say whether you liked it or not. You cannot not watch the race and not vote. So TV ratings will be up because it was a hell of a race. They were 4 wide, saving fuel. All right, Chipper Jones. Here it goes. Coming to the end of the second stage, Austin Cindric is behind Bubba Wallace, and he can't help but he cannot help but to push Bubba Wallace to the second stage win. And here's why. So on the inside lane, leading coming to the checkered was Joey Logano. So Joey Logano and Austin Cindric are Penske cars, they're teammates. Now this is setting up for a storm. Austin Cindric, he got no choice. He's got to stay going. So what's he going to do? Let off the damn gas? Drag the brake? Pile the pack up? I think that's an awful risky move. So Austin Cindric going into 3, you know, he's out here. He's in the right side lane. He goes ahead and he pushes Bubba Wallace to the win. Well, meanwhile, on the inside lane, Joey Logano loses the second stage. And boy, he is highly pissed on his radio. He's so mad at his teammate, Austin Cindric. It's basically, way to go, Austin. Great fucking job. And goes on a little bit of he's pissed. Chipper Jones hears this. Chipper Jones, the legendary player, one of the most famous baseball players in Atlanta Braves history. He gets on X. Okay, now I paint this whole story for you. He gets on X and goes on this. I mean, this is radio gold. If you're going to do a radio show, this is gold. Because Chipper Jones, one of the most famous athletes of all time, here's basically what he said. He said, and I'm going to paraphrase this, okay? I'm not a journalist. I don't want to hear it. La, 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 la. I don't want to hear it. I'm not a journalist. I run third last night at Quincy, all right? I'm a dirt racer. I'm a redneck dirt racer. I'm going to paraphrase it. Chipper Jones says, Joey Logano is only a teammate if he wins the races. And I mean, goes on, and then later on, Joey Logano is found illegal. So if Joey Logano would have even won the race, Joey was found illegal because a bolt in the spoiler was missing, which lets the spoiler flex. It's a rule. And poor Ryan Preece, who runs second, he was disqualified too because there were some shims missing in this spoiler package. So Ryan Preece, who runs second, and Joey Logano both disqualified. Well, after the race, Chipper Jones sees all this and keeps retweeting it, resharing it. It's like Chipper Jones has not let off the gas. Chipper Jones does not like Joey Logano. Going to be good to see those two get together, hash it out. But I suspect this is where this comes from. When you play baseball, it's a team sport. You know, you gotta do your job. It's you guys against the other team. Of course, you are up the bat. Sometimes you gotta, lay a sacrifice bunt down. Sometimes you just want to make contact to get that runner in from third. So it is a team sport. I know a lot about baseball. Don't test me. Don't test me. I know everything about baseball. This goes on all night long, so much to where Dale Jr. goes, "Oh my God, Chipper," laughing. So we're going to see where this heads today. Chipper Jones gets on X and says Joey Logano is only a good teammate if he's the one ahead. Now listen, we can talk all about who should have trail braked and this and that coming to the end of the second stage. Bottom line was, I'm telling you what happened. But listen, I like Joey Logano, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. But I don't know what Joey was expecting out of Austin. I'm thinking Joey Logano was just pissed because he thought he was going to win that second stage. But how was Austin Cindric second in line? What I mean, nobody's really wrecked out at this point. I mean, we had the pit road fiasco and stuff, but I mean, you still got 30 cars in this race, and Austin's right there. What's Austin going to do? Trail brake and slow the line down and ass pack everybody? Listen, you're taking a lot in your hands, causing an accident, coming to the checkered of the second stage. There's, as the boys say, there's a lot of energy. We're wide open. We're pushing we're not saving gas. We're not saving gas coming to the checkered flag for the second stage win and max 10 points. We're wide open. Oh, I don't think Austin Cindric's going to go trail brake because he wants his teammate to win the stage. No, it'd be trail brake and then ass pack and big wreck. I know y'all are great. I know I'm the greatest and all that shit, but you think you're going to trail brake and slow that line up to let Joey win and all this shit's going to start wrecking back here? Chipper Jones. All right, everybody. Have a great Monday.